President Trump has just revealed Amazon's darkest secret, that the Washington Post is simply their mouthpiece. According to Caitlin Corral for the Washington Examiner, she reports that President Trump, he said that the Washington Post has become a mouthpiece for Amazon and is starting to target him more frequently after the Supreme Court ruled last month that states can force online customers to pay state sales tax for e-commerce purchases. Right here, the Amazon Washington Post has gone crazy against me ever since they lost the internet tax case in the U.S. Supreme Court 2 months ago. Next up is the U.S. Post Office, which they use at a fraction of real cost as their delivery boy for a big percentage of their packages. Trump added that the paper's owner, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, is using the Post to lobby his administration on policy. In my opinion, the Washington Post is nothing more than expensive. The paper loses a fortune lobbyist for Amazon. It is used as a protection against antitrust claims, which many feel should be brought. Now, President Trump has claimed several times that Amazon is costing the U.S. Postal Service money. USPS has declared their relationship with Amazon a success and says the service makes money off of its deal with the online retailer. Take a look.
President Trump's Supreme Court nominee is troubling for the left for several reasons, most notably the potential to overturn Roe v. Wade. Senior healthcare writer Kimberly Leonard joins me now. And would this be a concern for any conservative nominee or more so with Brett Kavanaugh?
Well, President Trump had put out a list of 25 different people that he was considering for the Supreme Court. And before Kavanaugh's name was even announced, you had a lot of different groups who are pro-abortion rights come out and say, you know, the president promised during his campaign that he would, quote, appoint pro-life judges. And we believe that's what he's going to do. So we need to really ramp up and make sure that we oppose this nomination. And so what they're trying to do now is ensure that the Senate doesn't actually confirm him.
So this may wind up back in the Supreme Court, but where does this stand in the court of public opinion? Where do Americans stand on this issue 45 years after the Roe v. Wade ruling?
The topic of abortion is one that still divides a lot of Americans. When you look at polling, it shows a lot of nuance as well. An equal number of people in this country identify as pro-life as they do pro-choice. Most Americans say they don't want to see Roe v. Wade repealed. However, if you ask them different questions about abortion, such as whether they believe that it should happen in the first trimester or the third trimester, or whether it should be allowed for any reason, you start to see a lot of the support for abortion fall apart. Most people don't believe in late-term abortion in this country. And what people believe about abortion also varies a lot from state to state, but there isn't necessarily very good data on where those differences are.
So bottom line, what is the likelihood of overturning this ruling, and what would that look like on a federal and state level?
Potentially overturning or overruling or undercutting Roe v. Wade has a long and winding road ahead. As far as the different cases that could make their way up to the Supreme Court, those really vary in terms of looking at state laws that either limit how long in a pregnancy a woman is allowed to have an abortion or actually prohibit certain methods of abortion. And so it's really, the Supreme Court has a lot of leeway in terms of what they decide to take up, and then also how widely they rule on some of these cases. So they could allow, for example, certain states to uphold restrictions, or they could overturn Roe v. Wade, which would then not make abortion illegal all across the country. It would in some states, but it would then turn the question of the legality of abortion to the states.
An interesting several months coming up. Thank you so much for your time, as always. For more on Kimberly's article, check out this week's edition of the Washington Examiner magazine, and join us next time for more Examining Politics.
Now, contrary to Trump's statements, the USPS says it is legally prohibited from charging shippers less than the delivery cost. Now, Bloomberg reported in April that fact, and also Bloomberg's opinion columnist Alex Webb reacted to President Trump's tweets. Take a look.
He said, in my opinion, the Washington Post is nothing more than an expensive, the paper loses a fortune, lobbyist for Amazon. Then he said, is it used as a protection against antitrust claims, which many feel should be brought? I mean, you know, it's clearly a hobby horse of his. He likes going after Amazon. He feels as though the Washington Post has been unfair in their coverage of him. I mean, we often tend to feel when people say unfair, they just mean they don't like it, and that's clearly the case here. It's hard to see what he could really do from an antitrust perspective when it comes to Amazon. While it might be dominant dominant in e-commerce, its revenue, which is about $178 billion, pales in comparison to Walmart, which is a far bigger retailer and has $500 billion in revenue. So it's hard to know really what he could do.
A hobby horse. Yeah, okay. Whatever, buddy. Now, President Trump, he's often attacked the Washington Post for being fake news and for using anonymous sources that he does not believe exist. And, well, Amazon, pretty big target. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. And now with all the riots and division across the country, especially with what just happened in Portland, Oregon with Antifa, the future is not promised. And neither is your safety. Remember this scene? Absolutely horrific. Well, one of the best devices you can invest in for your home protection, not just a gun, but a military-grade tactical flashlight. And why not support this channel and ensure your safety with the purchase of one of the best flashlights on the market, the Patriot Flashlight at patriotflashlight.com. Never waste money on batteries again. The Survivor Tactical Flashlight from patriotflashlight.com is solar powered. Yes, it's powered by the sun. It lights up the darkest nights with its powerful 1200 lumen flashlight that can be seen from up to 2 nautical miles away. It's got a life-saving emergency strobe light setting along with 4 more unique lighting modes exclusively at patriotflashlight.com. You can charge your phone anywhere, anytime with the Survivor USB port. You have unlimited power because why? It's powered by the sun. It's got a compass, it's got a rope and wire cutter, solar power charging, high and low beam LED modes, glass breaking hammer, all while remaining lightweight and durable, only at patriotflashlight.com. Now, users have reported that this flashlight is an all-in-one lifesaver and they wouldn't go anywhere without it. Available at patriotflashlight.com. It's lightweight, very durable, compact, but great for handling all emergencies. This is actually the one that I had to take out of my car to record this piece. So get yours now at patriotflashlight.com. Thank you for watching that report. If you want more, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Next News Network logo right here. And you can watch our latest news reports by clicking here. Or for the latest breaking news, click right here. Also, if you want to watch the most viral news on the channel, the news reports that Hillary and Obama hate, then click right here.